This is the year of the what. Now, I've been recently listening to an old episode of the Ray Edwards podcast, and again, if you're looking for a recommendation, I highly recommend you subscribe to Ray's podcast. It's really well worth listening to. And in this episode, he was interviewing a man called Mike Kim. Now, I'd never heard of Mike Kim before, but I said to myself, well, if Ray is interviewing him, maybe it might be worth a listen. I'm glad I did. Now, the reason I'm glad I did is because Mike brought up one important thing. When Ray was talking about how Mike had come on in such a short space of time, people were remarking how far he'd come in 5 years, that, how did he do it? And Mike said that what he did was he named that particular year he was in as the thing he needed to get better at. So, as you're probably well aware, we have the Chinese, New Year, so each one is named after the dog or the pig or whatever it is. But what Mike did was he named his year after the thing he had needed to get better at. So one year was the year of blogging, and then the next year then was the year of podcasting. Now, what he did was he, in the first year, focused on blogging because that was one thing he wanted to get good at. And as you're probably well aware, if you focus on one thing and you do it over and over and over again, you can't help but get better at it. But unfortunately, a lot of people don't stay long enough in anything to get good at it. At the moment, unfortunately, I see a lot of people who are jumping from one business model into another one. One minute they are selling web services and SEO to local businesses. The next minute they are selling affiliate websites or creating affiliate websites for Amazon. And then the next minute they're maybe into low content books, and then they're into something else, coaching or whatever. But they're just jumping from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and they never actually stay long enough in any one thing to get good at it. Now, what Mike did was, which was actually a really, really great idea, and a simple idea too, was just focus on one thing. He only needed to get good at blogging, and because he only needed to get good at blogging, any other things were outside his kind of wheelhouse. If somebody brought up something on podcasting, he's not interested because it's not blogging. So I assume he probably bought a lot of books on blogging, a lot of courses on blogging, but he solely focused on that one thing. And because he spent a full year getting good at it, you can well imagine, from January to January, I'm sure the Mike Kim at the end of the second year, or the beginning of the second year, was a lot better at blogging than he had been at January 1st. Now, at the moment I'm recording this podcast episode, it's not January the 1st, it's just the beginning of September 2020. But there's no reason why you have to wait until the 1st of January before you actually name your year, the year of whatever it is you need to do. Start today, just get a calendar out today, put a big X on today's date, and then just mark out your 365 days that you need to mark out your year. But that year that you are marking out, mark it out as whatever topic you need to do. Now, this year, if you are maybe a fiction writer, could be the year of creating as much content as you can. This could be the year where you solely focus on books, just writing, not publishing them, not releasing them, or not doing anything like that, but just building up a huge catalogue of content. And then when your January then comes up, it's time to release all that. And in maybe the second year, that could be the year of marketing your book. So you wouldn't focus on any writing in the second year, or maybe you would turn down how much writing you do every day, but your focus isn't there anymore. Your focus is on marketing your books. And when you do something like that, when you do solely focus on one thing, you will get a lot further in it, and you will get a lot better at it. So again, if it may be fiction writing this year, it could be book promotion and marketing the second year, and then something else could be coming up in year 3. But I remember reading or hearing before, Earl Nightingale said that someone can be an expert in a very, very short time if they just spend a couple of hours every day on that topic. So for example, at the minute I am trying to get better at copywriting, so I'm focusing my time on that. So if you imagine in a year from now, if I spend 2 or 3 hours a day focusing on copywriting, I would be a far better copywriter than I am now. So keep that in mind today. Whatever your weakest point is, or again, whatever your strongest point is, you can always take a strongest point in yourself, or whatever talent you have, or whatever you find easy to do. focus on that for the year and get really, really good at it, and then try and drop that maybe for the second year, or maybe just taper back and then take up something else. So as Mike said, his first year was blogging. He wanted to get really, really good at it, so he focused on that. And then when that year was up, then again I think he just slowed up on the blogging, but he got into podcasting. So then the next year then was solely focused on podcasting. So again, as I said, it is really good. It helps you kind of focus your mind, and then it kind of keeps all the wee distractions away. You're not concentrating on Facebook, you're not concentrating on this or that, because it's not in your wheelhouse. If you're buying products, you're only basically buying the products that are related to the topic that you want to get good at, and you're not distracting yourself. So give that some thought today. If you are maybe running off in maybe 2 or 3 different directions at the same time, again, you don't need to wait until January 1st to pick your year. Just get a calendar today, write a big X on it, and for the next 365 days focus on that one topic, get good at it, and then you can move on to the next one next year. And as Ray said, in a matter of 5 years, Mike Kim just exploded out of nowhere. Everybody was wondering, where did he come from? And that was what he did. He just basically focused on one thing for 1 year, and that's where he got to where he was. So give that some thought today, or more importantly, maybe put it into action. So as always, if you'd like to find this content and these videos, if you do a search for WriteCome, WriteCome.com, you'll find the content all over the web. And if you maybe are on YouTube, click the bell button and subscribe to the channel. I'll send the next couple of episodes directly to you. Or if you are listening to this as a podcast episode, again, just subscribe on your iPod device. And as always, if you come over to the WriteCome site right now, we have a lot of great free reports. One of them is called Words to Wealth, and in it I'm going to show you 10 different ways you can make money from your keyboard at home. So if that intrigues you, or you'd like to try it out, head over to WriteCome and download the report and let me know how you get on with it. So as always, have a great day. Take care. Bye bye.